fallouty. You know what I'm trying to say. As you keep blending the orange. I just love a pink and purple moment. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a palette review. This is the AIA Cosmetics Witching Hour palette. This did launch around Halloween time, or it was available for pre-order mid-October, and I just now got to doing the looks, right? I did pre-order it and it came and everything, but I was so busy with Halloween on Instagram, so I couldn't really get this review up sooner. But I'm doing 3 looks with this palette. I also swatch it and I tell you guys my thoughts. This is my first ever AIA Cosmetics palette. I love supporting indie brands. I love discovering new eyeshadow formulas, so this was a lot of fun for me to do. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and let's get into this video. So this is the palette. I really love the color story of this palette. It is such a fun fall vibes palette. It's got some really fun pops of color as well. It's really bright and pigmented, and I think that you can create a ton of looks with this palette. The packaging is also really nice. It is cardboard, but it feels really sturdy, and I love that you can rearrange the palette. Like, these pop off, so they're magnetic. I don't want to dig my nail into there, so I'm not going to do that. This palette is made in PRC. Right now, it's actually not available on their website anymore. I wonder if it was limited edition. I do know that they're going through a rebrand, so they're actually not going to be called AIA Cosmetics anymore, which is really interesting. I'm just trying to figure out how much I paid for it. Oh, it was $35, I think. Anyway, I think it's a really great and affordable palette. When I swatched it, I will say I was really impressed with the mattes. The shimmers are a little bit more muted. They're not like as intense, but they do have a beautiful shift in each of the shimmers in here. It is a 9-pan palette, and 3 of them are shimmers and the rest are mattes, which I really actually like that ratio of shimmer to matte. I think you can create so many looks with this palette. With that being said, let's get into the looks. Okay, so I'm so excited to try this formula. Let's go ahead and start with the first look. I think I want to do a mix of like all the Halloween colors for this first look. Like, I want to do like green, orange, and purple. I'm going to start with the shade Grimoire, which is the orange, and I'm going to sweep that all over the crease. This is a Refer 14 brush. There's not a lot of like fallout or kickback in the pan, but when swatching them, they are quite pigmented regardless. So I'm just gonna sweep that all over the crease. Now I'm gonna take the purple and I'm gonna see how it mixes with the orange. This is not a typical color story I would go for unless it was for Halloween, honestly. I really like the mattes, by the way. They're really soft in the pan, like to the touch, and also like when applying them, there's not a lot of fallout, but they're still quite pigmented, and you can build them up and blend. They blend with ease as well. So I'm gonna take this first in the outer corner and see how this goes. I'm not sure what I'm trying to do here, but I think that they'll mesh really nicely. I'm gonna start in the outer corner, maybe only, and then take whatever's left on my brush without grabbing any additional product and put that in the crease. I really like it, actually. Let's see how a little bit more of the orange blends. By the way, the purple is called Potion. I love the names of the shades in the palette. It's so nice. Very Halloween-esque. I'm really impressed with the mattes so far. I really like them. They're so pretty. Okay, and then on the lid, I'm going to take the shade Sigil. I don't know what that means. I should look that up. I'm going to take this on a Refer 28 brush, and I'm going to take it without any setting spray and see how it goes. The shimmers, I wasn't that impressed with when I swatched them. I feel like they're a little lackluster for my standards. Like, I love a good Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, like really intense shimmer. Yeah, let's add a little bit of setting spray, I think. I mean, it looks really nice on the lid. It's just not my favorite type of formula. It's not as intense as I would like. It's not like a metallic, although the sparkle is gorgeous. I love the sparkle. I'm going to take a little bit more of the purple and just kind of help blend that. Okay, on the lower lash line, I'm going to take the green first. All over the lower lash line, pretty much, I guess. This is called Herbs. This is a really gorgeous, like, foresty green. I love it. I have to say, I'm way more impressed with the mattes in this palette than the shimmers. They are really nice. They're super pigmented without being like annoyingly like fallouty. You know what I'm trying to say. Let me blend a little more of the orange, even though I hate this color combo. You don't understand. I hate green and orange together. Oh, I made a boo-boo. That's UM colors. University of Miami. Ew. I don't like them. I'm from Miami. Grew up in Miami, but I hate the Miami Hurricanes. Sorry. It's this color combo proceeds to put a green shimmer shade in the inner corner right next to the orange. But it is what it is. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. All right. Oh, that's gorgeous, actually. And this, okay, let's think of it as Halloween vibes and not University of Miami vibes, right? I'm going to take a little bit of the shimmer like on top of the green in the inner part as well. I love the shimmer green. It's so pretty. This is gorgeous. So far, I'm really impressed with the formula. The shimmer is not my favorite, like I said, but I mean, they're super pretty anyway. They're just not my favorite texture. I don't know. I'm very picky about, like, if I enjoy Pat McGrath quality shimmers, and not every palette's gonna have Pat McGrath quality shimmers, honestly. Okay, so this is the final first look. I'm really excited to play with the other colors in the palette that I haven't gotten to play with yet, but so far I'm really impressed with the quality of this palette. I love testing out indie brands, so this is a lot of fun for me. And yeah, okay, let's get into the second look. Okay, so for this next look, I'm gonna be taking some more. I'm gonna try to make this like a really fall-ish look. This is a Rephr 13 brush. I'm gonna take the shade Herbs first, and that's gonna go in the inner part of my crease. I'm just gonna pack that on first. I said this in my last look, but honestly, I'm really impressed with the mattes in this palette, almost more than the shimmers. And I've heard nothing but great things about the shimmers and like mediocre things about the mattes, but honestly for me it's reversed. Now I'm gonna take the shade Cord, which is this one right here, and that's gonna go in the outer part of my crease. I'm just gonna pack that on first and then blend it out. I'm actually gonna wing it out a little bit. Now I'm gonna take the shade Craft, which is this one right here, and that's gonna blend out the green. I don't know, maybe this color combo would have looked better if I reversed it, but we'll see. Kind of like this. It's a little different for me. And then I'm going to take the shade Grimoire, which is the orange. That's going to blend out the outer edge of the brownish shade. I'm just going to cut my crease. Guys, I haven't cut my crease in a hot minute. Just going to take a little bit more of, what's it called? Cord. And blend that in the outer edge. I will say something that bothers me is that the orange doesn't come across as orange as I would like it. So when I blend everything together, like at first you see the orange, right? But like as you keep blending, the orange kind of turns into that same brown. It's turning into that same brown that's already there, and that's kind of annoying. On the lid, I'm going to take the shade Sigil and just apply that everywhere. Of course, making sure the outer corner is nice and blended. Just sweeping the brown on the lower lash line and the orange. I'm gonna take the shade Curse in the inner corner. Okay, so this is the final second look. I love how this turned out. I think it's such a fun fall look. Green and orange is not my favorite, like I keep mentioning, but I think this is a fun look, right? Okay, let's get into the third look. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the third look. I think I wanna do something pink purple. I haven't used that pink shimmer shade yet, so we're gonna get into that now. Okay, for this last look, I'm gonna stick with the pinks and purple of the palette. So the first shade I'm gonna go in with is Scrying, which is the pink. I haven't used that one yet, so let's see how it performs. I'm really excited. I'm gonna take that as like the transition shade, so it's gonna go all over the crease. I love the mattes in this palette. I'm just gonna pack that on first and then blend it out. That is a stunning pink. You know, I don't think I have anything like this in my collection, honestly. Gorgeous pink. Now I'm gonna go in with Potion, which is the purple, which I have used before and I love it. It's gonna deepen out the crease. I love pink purple vibes, so I'm sure I'm gonna love this just fine. See how they blend together. Gorgeous color combo, guys. I love it. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna run those two shades on my lower lash line. And on the lid, I'm gonna take Magic. Let's see how this one performs. I mean, all the shimmers they all seem to be pretty consistent. Like all the mattes and all the shimmers. Have I used this one yet? I don't remember right now. It does have like a really gorgeous like blue shift almost. Like purple to blue, pink. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. This would be a gorgeous topper as well. It's almost like not super opaque like all the way. I mean, you kind of have to build it up to get it to like be really opaque. Let's see how it performs with a finger. Yeah, it's consistent with the other shimmers, honestly. Taking a bit of the purple and blending that in with the lid shade. I love this look. I just love a pink and purple moment. I'm gonna take a little bit of that same shade and just put it in the inner corner. Whatever's left on my brush, because I don't want it to be super pigmented, but I just want some of that like shimmer in the inner corner, you know? Okay, so this is the third and final look. I have to say I'm really impressed with this palette. This is my first ever AIA Cosmetics palette, like I keep saying. I will say I'm more impressed with the mattes than I am with the shimmers. The shimmers are really pretty like color story wise, but they just didn't impress me as much as I thought they would. I like a more crumbly, like really like pigmented, like opaque shimmer. A lot of these would make great toppers. This one seems already like it's getting a little bit of hard pan. I don't know if you guys can see that. Actually, my camera is picking that up pretty well. So that's just something I keep in mind when purchasing this palette. If you like a really crumbly, like intense metallic, then maybe these metallics are not for you. I really like this palette though, the color story. I think you can create a ton of looks with this. It's not a color story you see every day. It is very fall and Halloween vibes, but I love the way they go together. So I'm really impressed with this palette. This palette gets an A+ for me. I'll definitely use it. And even though like the shimmers aren't my absolute favorite, I know that I'm still gonna get a ton of use out of this palette. But yeah, that completes this video. Please let me know which look was your favorite. I have to say I love them all, to be honest. They all gave such different vibes that I can't even choose just one. But yeah, that completes this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Totally forgot to put on highlight today. On the lid, I'm gonna take the I love this. I think I'm wearing two different lashes, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. They were just kind of sitting there and I thought they were the same.